After launching their first campaign, a lot of people ask me, now what? Now, many other people don't even consider this. They just, finish their campaign and consider their work is done. In reality, the launch is just step zero. Gains actually come from what comes next, which is creative rotation, optimization, and finding the best performers. So let's dive into it. Here is the clear mental model. So the first few days are all about getting clean signal. Week 1 is then about spotting your first few winners. And week 2 to 4 and onwards is where you start to compound the interest by getting and replacing creatives or optimizing your campaign in multiple different ways. All without restarting from scratch. Let's say for example that you're a realtor running lead generation. You can start with 5 simple creatives, all with the same offer, but some slight differences in angles. You can do some UGC, some new listing kind of urgency style, some more simple big listing photos with some big promises as well, or simply some home tours of some of the houses that you got to offer. After the launch, you don't want to change everything at once. You want to give it some time to get which ads are actually gaining more attention, better clicks, cheaper leads, cheaper results, and higher CTR mainly, which is a great indicator of creative quality. Now see what happens next. The spend naturally goes towards the best performing assets, and that means that these same ones are the templates for your next creatives. Regarding headlines and descriptions, of course with the creative bank you will be able to fully control the output, but even if you leave it empty, it will use your best performing assets to keep your campaigns fresh. Now, the AI will automatically generate new headlines and descriptions based on your best performing assets and your brand context. But if you want full control, you can actually add them to your creative bank. Same with the images and videos. Although they won't be automatically generated as the headlines do, you can add up to 50 images and up to 50 videos to keep them rotating into your campaign. So if you see that suddenly the video tour is the one which is actually killing it, you can actually jump in here and create 2 new variations of that. Just drop them in and keep them rotating so as to get the best results possible. And that's the compounding effect. Plai helps you keep what's working while rotating the execution so that you are always getting the best results. Now, regarding local companies like roofing, plumbing, HVAC, and so on. The goal is usually phone calls or lead forms, and the winning creative is usually the one which is clearest and fastest. Some of the usual stuff you can try are before and afters, any testimonials, any badges you can show off, and of course what you mainly want to be testing are different offers as well. So here we have like some creatives with same day service, with free estimates, financing tools and videos and different stuff in here. Okay, so on week 1 is where you will most likely find your first winner in there. Maybe it takes a bit longer, maybe shorter, but that's where you'll find out that maybe a same day service crashes it. And in that way, in week 2 or week 3 is usually where people mostly mess up. They either cut it too soon, or they simply do not refresh the creative, so their campaign doesn't have enough room to improve. So the play here is keep the winner creative angle and add a lot more of creatives in here. Let's refresh our creative bank with new visuals, but the same offer. So you duplicate the winning concepts and you let the AI swap out the exhausted creatives. Just tap on save and start testing, and in this way, you can improve your results over time without constantly rebuilding your campaigns. So here's the weekly routine that I want you to steal. First of all, don't touch the targeting nor the budget on a daily basis. You need to let the signal form, you need to let the AI learn, and it's not gonna learn if we're constantly moving the goalposts, right? So just let it learn from that and check the creative performance. See what's winning, see what's losing, mainly to see what your audience is resonating with. The AI will automatically keep the winners while cutting the true underperformers, so you don't need to worry about this, but rather at this next step, step 4, where you're actually creating new variations based on those winners that you saw on step 2. So let the AI check out what's working, and you worry about generating new variations, based on that winner, just changing a few things around. And repeat this process every 7 days. So as long as you keep your creative bank refreshed, your campaign will be winning basically. If you want Play to do the heavy lifting, the key is to give it enough creative options to rotate and learn. So if you're in a rush to launch, simply start with a small campaign, 3 to 5 creatives, and every week or so start dropping 1 to 2 new creatives in there. That will allow you in under like 5 weekly minutes to keep your campaign rotating nice fresh creatives, and once you got enough time you can create a whole bunch of them and leave it optimizing for a really long time. So that's all for today, but let me know in the comments what you think, what your strategy looks like, and what you would like to see next. And as we always say, if you need help with anything, simply reach out to the support email that you'll find on your profile. See you next time.